jumping into, you know, an Ursa, a Lion, an Underlord, this Pit of Malice could get a ton of value from Sam H, to be honest. You know, Happy Feet very reliant on kind of skirting the edges of team fights with a couple of their heroes, looking for that, you know, perfect target, the initiation from Rappy's Magnus, the Blink Duel from Ben-Hur and this Legion Commander. There's lots of little things that have to go right for Happy Feet to win a team fight. You know, it's quite nuanced and it's quite you know, finicky to try and get these fights right. It's not as smooth sailing as maybe TNC, who, you know, they can just look to disrupt, stun, storm, zip, zaps in and out, looks for picks in the back end, and then Ursa, who's going to be, you know, soloing a target and ripping them apart.
Look up towards the high ground, they run into 5, the Cox catches 2, follow up with the damage here, Tims gets saved by the disruption for the time being, Raven in the middle of that as well, throws down some AoE with the Earthshock, but the first blood this time goes in favor of Happy Feet. Oh, TNC just take a gamble going up high ground like that, and they're still fighting, still turning things around. One last hit from Sam H will get him a kill. Ursa also falls, Cuckoo low on health and low on life in general. Jesse Vash, what? He's just standing there. What?
Is there some gentleman's agreement to 5v5 fight at the start of every game?
I guess, yeah, another Cogs.
It's a two-man Cogs.
Jules, he's actually gonna die to 1437 before the day's out.
Okay, Juke it.
Yeah, he's dead. we even get more kills than last time, like... Come on, Gareth. What do you tell these teams?
Even Jesse Vash finds it funny. Oh man, I mean,
man.
TNC walk here, the smoke pops on the Lion and Tims still continues to walk high ground, so it must have been that TNC expected maybe, you know, 1 or 2 heroes there, but Happy Feet, I don't know if that's a read on last game or playing them previously in scrims, that TNC love to play these 5-man aggressive smokes, which it kind of has been one of their specialties. You know, you think about TI 2 years ago, where TNC kind of showed off a couple of these very aggressive smokes on the old patch, where they'd go and smoke up towards the old shrine location when they're radiant from mid to dire, the kind of northern shrine up here where I'm pinging. They'd smoke up and go and play aggressively there because they could find kills. This 5-man smoke into 5-man smoke, though, not working out so well. I mean, coming out with, you know, 3 kills in that situation, still not too bad, but you got completely wiped.
Oh yeah. Alright, so let's take a look at these lanes. 1437 and Raven down here up against Rappy and Magnus. And Tim's also helping out in the general area. Jules also sticking around on Clockwork here, just trying to get the mana burn on. And we actually have the mid legion, so this is really going to change too much. I mean, it's still melee heroes up against Raven, but it's 2 and not just 1.
Yeah. But, like, as Happy Feet, how do you win these lanes? That's the question I've got to ask. Like, how do you deal with Sam H? He's tanky, he's annoying, he's last hitting. He's not really getting zoned out because he is so tanky. Now you start to shove him back, but just goes to the TP.
In TP right then, he would have died for sure. I mean, he's tanky, but no Paloma Shield anymore. And still gotta remember that's a Treant Protector. He's hitting for 94 damage. Right out of the gate.
I just honestly feel like all of these TNC lanes are like favored or at least break even in terms of, you know, Underlord going top.
Yeah.
So even with so if we think about it the other way, if TNC had managed to get up to that high ground and the score was reversed, right? If it was 5-3 for TNC and they were the ones with, you know, the starting items, you know, you see Legion with a full soul ring complete. Imagine if that was, you know, TNC Cuckoo's boots and bottle, or if it was Ursa with boots and it was just running people down. The game would like be close to over. that's how crazy it is.
Jules running right at Cuckoo here under the tower. Groups are tanking it a little bit so he could afford to poke and prod a little bit. Taking his presence now in mid, and this is maybe the wildcard that they have if Jules gets off the ground. He can find these unexpected rotations, a bit of a Cox burn on Storm Spirit or something like that. And changes the equation a little bit as it stands, though. Bit of a trial end on bottom. Very early push. They kind of have to with 4 range creeps somehow stacking up. But they're also trying to get rid of the Magnus. But Tim's actually taking off a few tier 2 tower shots. He'll die to that too. And wait a second. Also dies elsewhere.
Everyone's dying everywhere. But Rappy's still... No, Rappy's not dying. Raven in trouble now.
I'm like happy that I catches one. Oh god, there it is. Jules catches him inside the Cogs tower. Not quite hitting him. I think he's slightly out of range anyway. But Raven is bit of a troubled spot regardless. Jules does have the battery assault but could not get in range. Rappy actually skewing into this one. Right into stun from Tim's. Follow up with a Hex. Extra Shadow Poison. Slows. Gets off one more one more wave. But Jules trying to take over here. Trying to get that bit of a counter kill. Nice little double Cogs burn. Just playing with TNC at this point. Not a stun, but also low. They can't continue.
So
you're asking me? I have no idea, dude.
So Sam H.
Oh god,
Sam H died top.
He denies the rune.
And then is he escape? Actually, he can escape here.
He can escape very easily. It's a shockwave, but nothing else.
Nah, he's not dying. So I can't remember what happened first. I think it was Sam H that died first. Yeah, Sam H dies first. They get the little entangle. They get the root from the treant. They got likely some extra bashes or something. Yash has gone for this 301 build? No, he's gone 311. Don't know why my brain just lagged there pretty hard. But yeah, they kill the Underlord, cool. Not managing to TP away this time. Mid lane, there was a gank from Jules. Jules died first, but they did manage to kill Cuckoo with the help of Ben-Hur. So Ben-Hur is like one up on the mid lane.
Just Vash coming
and now rotating.
Doesn't get the root, but does get slow. Cuckoo no level 6. Just one creep off level 6. This is the perfect timing for Happy Feet.
Legion needs this though.
Yeah.
You can see the kind of disparity in last hits. Cuckoo is still outlast hitting the Legion even with that second death coming through. But it's the pre-level 6 ganks which are expected. Storm is about to hit 6, so that's perfect timing to finish him off before he has that ball lightning to escape.
Something's around 137. Tim's smoked up. They get the disruption off. Tim's can set up with a follow-up stun. Cuckoo with some extra nukes. Rocco still alive, trying to heal himself up. The Hex slows him down a little bit further. He's trying to make it up to the high ground. Now he's actually getting some help. Rappy's there with the skewer back isn't necessary, but Rocco actually making it all the way to the shrine. So that gank has failed despite 3 heroes up against 1.
The 2 supports leeching experience from creeps dying, so Cuckoo didn't hit 6 fast enough. It's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, Shrine used and Legion Commander. Yeah, actually it's pinged out. TNC know the Shrine is used, so they might decide to play aggressively top or mid again, knowing that there is no backup plan there for them.
Blue Clarity as Jules could get some value cancels here with the Invis rune. He does see the rotation up. And Rappy play a little bit more defensively here with that in mind. Yeah, actually, yeah. Alright, he's just gonna show himself as Tim's isolates him. Battery Assault will help finish it off. Good free kill. Gorok also mid rotation, you're hoping for a duel. You can perhaps get it off in 1-3-7 duels, but destruction turnaround. So just has to walk back.
5 to 10.
Ooh.
I'm happy Feet have been playing this reasonably well, but as we kind of saw through the draft, this is something, it's happening. It's good that it's happening, but it's necessity. They need to get these kills. They can't fall behind in lanes. They need to come out of this laning stage, 15 minutes or so with big items. They need Mag Blink. They need Legion with like Armlet Shadowblade or Armlet Blink, because she needs to do a ton of damage in this game. Can't just be all left to the Troll Warlord. But they will have these 2 empowered targets that can snowball and scale reasonably well through this game. You still fall into the trouble, though, of TNC once they hit this timing. As Raven goes in on clock.
Well, right click, that is. Nice setup. A little bit greedy with the Cogs, going for the 9. Tim's was already waiting in the wings for the stun. Oh, Courier just sees it, but can't quicken in range.
Once TNC has this timing where they are 5-manning, they've got, Blink Ursa, they've got maybe a Hood or a majority of a mech or something like that on.
Gets rooted up, extra news from Kuroko, gets a duel just before the zip.
They still found him.
Yeah.
Greedily farming jungle. Jesse Vash Treant paying off. The fake bounty hunter.
Oh man, gonna go again, Rappy. They do miss a stun actually, so can't even hold on to the skewer for now. Tower will still end up falling despite the living armor, one would think. No more glyph or anything. Try to go for an eye with the satyr. It's like, where'd they get the satyr from? But Bactus actually with the Helm of the Dominator. What do you think about that?
Oh, mid lane again?
Mid lane, okay, there we go. Kuroko. The stick
just
charge is 17, so he's just baiting out right now. And there it is. Dual, actually on cooldown, never mind.
Yeah.
Trying to bait out a little bit
seconds.
more, but Cuckoo also keeping track of that.
I like Helm of the Dominator on Magnus. I like it on Beastmaster. Oh, Sam H gets soloed by the troll. That's not meant to happen. I guess it was just this one observer board. They've got vision. Dire had vision. I knew where Sam H was. There's a big juicy stack there as well, which I think Sam H would like to clear with that Firestorm. But yeah, I like Helm on these kind of offlane heroes as long as you can get it fast enough, right? Rappy's had a very good laning stage, 41 and 2. Comes out of the laning stage with Helm, can still go arcanes, doesn't need to go for the swording this game. You've got the regen, you've got the extra creep. So you can make some sweet little plays with it, but so long as he has blink, you know, by that kind of 15 to 20 minute period, that's the key period to have that blink dagger here. You know, sort of 16, 17 minutes into the game when TNC are going to be ready around Roshan, around these tier 1s and tier 2s when they start applying pressure, because you are the main hero here to try and turn around team fights. Like, sure, there's a clockwork, but oh dear.
That was an instant bash from Yash. He must have primed that up somehow. And, you can do this cool thing on Troll where you just right-click a few creeps with a melee form, and then the pseudo RNG kicks in, but then you switch to range form and you kind of store that and get it on demand essentially. Or are likely to get the stun on demand, and that's what happened up there. SMH falling once again. 437,
Priming your
disruption, but nothing else coming off that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Happy Feet are looking very good coming out of this laning stage. TNC, they have stalled and stuttered a little bit. Storm Spirit has some kind of catching up to do. You know, he had a great early start, but then what, 2 or 3 deaths in quick succession from great rotations from Jesse Vash. It is a 3k net worth lead here, 10 minutes in from Happy Feet. You can see this across the board with Legion having Armlet pretty much done. The Troll is done with Mask of Mana. It's finished off back on the Courier, has that quarterstaff back there. So these key items, they're coming up now, and we were talking about the Ursa's abilities of Roshan earlier as well, right? But Troll equally can do this, and this might be something that Happy Feet look towards, is maybe taking a team fight, bringing down tier 1 top, and then looking for that Roshan before Ursa can go and take it. But TNC, they're one step ahead. This is the experienced team coming out to play here from TNC. Courier flies over, but they want to get this Troll. They want to take control of this top lane, kill tier 1, and secure the Roshan area. Like, it is so important this game for Troll and Ursa to have that Aegis.
They know though. Yash knows what's happening here. He's retreating into the trees, TPing back out, so this smoke gank, if it's ganking anything, then it's the tower. So have to rotate back 1-4-3-7 to defend mid a little bit. Looks like Happy Feet focusing on the bottom instead. Jesse Vash sitting on the side to get the extra vision from the Clockwork Rockets. Same age, still sitting on the side. And yeah, better TP out of this one. I'm always a bit scared if that happens, when people do that. Like,
just a little dance.
Yeah.
Oh, mid. 1-4-3-7. In a lot of trouble. Here comes the duel.
Yeah, it is. Nice little stun there from Timzo to turn things around with the Finger of Death, the hacks as well, to prevent the extra damage in from Kuroko. And they're gonna get maybe 2 counter kills here. Raven coming through as well, showing off the first Blink Dagger. And yeah, it was pretty good delay tactics there. Disruption, and then Tim's coming through with a nice little double stun. The hacks, the Finger of Death to just dispatch of jewels immediately.
Yeah, it was perfect counter initiation. I mean, all the spells dumped in onto the Shadow Demon meant that Storm had a free time, Lion just walks in, casts his spells, and there's nothing really to stop him. I mean, they had the Troll and the Magnus both bottom lane trying to farm away. Now they've got the Empower up and running level 3. The Troll wall that is going to kind of accelerate in this jungle area, but still got to watch for that Roshan pit. Catapult is in there, scouting out, and I know what's up. Magnus isn't far away from Blink. He's going to have this by like 15 minutes, which is pretty perfect timing on top of the Helm and the Arcanes.
Oh, yeah.
Rappy's had an exceptional game.
One of the highest net worth on the Steam. Giving that power over to not just the Troll, but also the lead man every once in a while. So Kuroko also continues to farm himself. Going for the blink deck himself as well next. TNC, they're still in recovery mode, aren't they? I mean, Bombsford is doing a good job doing so. Cuckoo surging up to that third net worth slot. And he's going for straight up for the Kaya.
I'm not sure if they can be the ones that like play aggressively into Happy Feet. They kind of have to draw Happy Feet into, you know, disadvantageous situations where they can turn around with these two supports, saving people from duels, saving them from RPs. But with Blink ready now, it's 14-minute Helm Blink. This is huge. Magnus is gonna... Oh, scary. And cancels animation of it again. But yeah, they're in the Roche Pit. And I don't know if TNC can do anything about this.
Seems unlikely, doesn't it? Oh, come on, Rappy, stop doing that. Ah, he's not stopping. Alright.
He's a skilled player. He's not gonna fuck it up.
They know what's going on, TNC. They are coming in with a well-timed stun. They can even prevent it, but Ash able to pick up the Aegis and times damage. Going in deep here, down to half health already, throwing down some of the spells, but now the overgrowth from Jesse Vash. Disruption just to keep him safe. The duel will be a win as they go on the Shadow Demon instead, and will still be able to finish up the damage. Cuckoo in the middle. Well, with the duel used, there's not a whole lot of control left for him. Apart from that RP.
It's not awful. They lose Underlord and Shadow Demon trying to contest that Roshan. You know, it's a reasonable kind of move there from TNC, but they still get Aegis on the Troll, so Happy Feet continue the snowball forward, take down this tier 1 mid. Oh dear.
That was a bit helpful if you can also trade a tower for it, but living armor, things like that, make sure that the tower is actually still reasonably healthy. Gives Happy Feet a chance to contest that top as well if they really want to. Right now, Cuckoo, look where he's farming. Got out by the catapult though. And Rappy is there. Zuko keeps slipping into it. There it is. Duel not error is ready. There it is. Paying the price for farming so aggressively. And Rappy getting so much mileage out of that Helm of the Dominator.
I mean, Cuckoo had like 700 mana, Soul Rings, stick charges, TP scroll. There were a number of ways he could have traveled to get back home safely, but you know, he sees the catapult coming in from the east and he's like, cool, I'll go southwest. There can't be anyone down there. People probably TP to, you know, Tower and Shrine to come and get me. He just walks into a Legion. Just Legion commander there, ready and waiting with Blink Armlet moving into Halberd now. Kuroko looking pretty good. While Sam H, on the other hand, this offlane Underlord, 1-5 and 2, hasn't really had the start that I expected. Played a little bit too aggressively in lane, thought that he could bully the Troll and the Treant a little more than he could actually get away with. And it's led to Happy Feet having their tier 1 still alive top lane being healed up by the living armor. And TNC just can't break it.
Yep. Jesse Vash also sitting around here means that they can potentially very easily turn things around with an overgrowth. TNC decide to go ham, or they can just initiate themselves. Get the extra vision, 1437, can get the disruption off. Raven turn things around immediately, and they're gonna need a stun from Troll Waller to keep him safe, but that is overgrowth doesn't quite get it off, so now Yash, last man standing here in the top lane. Until reinforcements come in, trying to manfight, but he's being kited around. Another Hex, and that's Aegis down for the count. Rappy, he can blink, but he can't skewer and can't do anything else.
TNC playing the numbers advantage. Yeah. Legion shows bot. They know that the Magnus doesn't have RP. The Clockwork's making his way over. They've got this mid ward for the Radiant that sees the rotations coming that little bit, you know, earlier than expected. Taking the Aegis there is huge because
we do get another dual victory though over the Storm Spirit. That's trade off right there.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
no big objective though.
Okay. Yep.
Like Happy Feet, they get tier 1 mid with Aegis. They managed to, tier 2 bot and the storm kill. I guess it's reasonable, but all of that was done without the Aegis of the Troll Warlord. It was more of a side effect than anything.
Yep. Next up, he does have the casual Yasha. He just has the Fuel Blade queued up, and now switching to that BKB. Realizing, alright, I cannot be kited by this lion. I think you mentioned it at the beginning of the draft. This could be the hero for this game, the hero that TNC need. That's also shown in that last engagement, just the stuns, the hacks maxed out, doesn't have a single point in mana drain. But he already has the blink himself, and he does have a soul ring for sustain instead. So interesting item builds, or interesting skill and item builds, but working out very well for Tim so far.
Yeah, I guess it used to be standard that you go for 2 points of mana drain or something, but in this game there's no one that you particularly want to be out of mana. Like maybe Magnus, but you're probably unlikely to see him until he backstabs you or blink RPs you. So just having the extra control is really nice here for Tim's. He is very farmed though. You bring up the fact that he's got Blink, Soul Ring, Tranquil Boots. This Lion has had a lot of money given to him.
Yep.
Maybe at the loss of some of Underlord's cash flow, but Mech ready for Sam H, and this is that period of the game that I was mentioning earlier. 19-20 minutes in, this is where TNC start to feel very strong. Dire doesn't have Aegis anymore. Next Roshan is still a fair distance away, like 3 minutes until we find out when the big man returns. But Happy Feet, they have great ways of defending towers. If TNC commit for something, they've got ways of turning it around. And it still feels like it has to be TNC that wait for Happy Feet to come to them. Raven's Core.
Oh yeah, actually already got the duel off disruption, but the blink skewer back on 143.7. He tried to help, but he's just helping Happy Feet at this point.
Yeah, a little bit too far forward there with your tier 1 already gone and no one behind you to save you. Sure, the Shadow Demon is there, but I'm talking about like the whole team. You need a 5-man squad to defend up against Happy Feet when they play like that.
Now T-Heroes with Empower bashing away at the tower. It's a lot of damage being done. Cliff already forced out. Blink forward from Kuroko. He gets stunned up himself. Sam H with a bit of a follow-up. He's tanky enough in his own right now. He'll be all good.
Clockwork is showing mid. They might try and fight top lane if they get vision of anyone. Like, they see Magnus moving away. They've probably got a good idea where Troll and Legion are, but they're all connecting in towards mid with Jules.
Just like that, not just a couple of kills and dual damage, but also a tier 2 tower. There's a smoke rotation. I want to try and make use of the strength. They don't even have Samage with them though. Does have TPs towards mid tier 2, but they're gonna go regardless here onto the Clockwork. Very easy kill with that Finger of Death available. Shadowblade now though on Magnus. Like I can't help but feel that Happy Feet is getting more tools than TNC is to just take the next team fight at a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, they sure are. Next step, of course, is going to be the next Roshan, pushing high ground for Happy Feet. They've got BKB up on the Legion. BKB on Troll will be here shortly as well. So the Lion going to lose a lot of the effectiveness here. And TNC, they've got to be feeling this coming. I'm not sure what they do about it, though. Like, top tier 1, they've tried to, like, poke and prod away. It's back up to close to 400 HP after being very nearly, one hit away from death.
Yeah.
And then they've got Jesse Vash just running around warding everywhere. This Treant has provided so much vision and knowledge over to Happy Feet that they've been able to make these plays.
Well, obviously gets the higher that those points in living armor will get to. He's already maxed out Nature's Guide, so 3-second fade time. Also means technically like a 3-second cooldown on your Roots, Bash, whatever you want to call it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
TNC. They want to finally finish up the tier 1 top. But Jesse Vash is already setting up for the high ground push. Unscouted, plopping down an observer ward. Rest of his team joining him now in mid. They're gonna be able to claim the tier 2 easy peasy with all these empowered heroes. And 1437 has to be careful. He gets blinked on in. Oh god, Jules. There's the RP though. That was just a bait, guys. 2 heroes, 1437 dies immediately, gets the disruption off onto his friend, but Sam H has to run the gauntlet, and there's a duel. Nothing to save him after the fact. BKB used though onto Kuroko to help out with that. The tower is falling. Cuckoo in the middle of that. No more hard control for him, so he can feel comfortable. But I don't know how happy he is about it. He took. Yeah. What can he actually do to fight here? You sure he's probably not going to die unless it's like some weird blink skewer into a random bash from a troll, but Tim's, yeah, that's done. Rappy tried to go for the blink skewer. Raven comes in, tries to do some damage, but just doesn't have it right now. There's the bashes that I was talking about. Raven gets the enrage off, but only with 50 health points remaining or so, so he'll still fall. No buyback in him. Great Ravage stun from Tims on 3 heroes. Cuckoo coming in, trying to create some chaos. Overgrowth doesn't quite catch him. Bit of a waste, but the damage is done. It's a skewering Frog. Yash back into the fray. Gets stunned up though now. He played like he had in ages, but he didn't. So he's down for good. They might catch Jesse Bash here. The disruption to follow. Right, the Firestorm is looking to go in this and still gets stunned up. Got detection from him. There's a duel actually in the back. The Frog dueling a Shadow Demon though, and they still winning with all the damage from the rest of Happy Feet. Continuing here, Kuroko pops another BKB charge. Here's some power. He's just
Bottom tower is under attack.
being the raid boss right now. Always threatening to turn things around. Happy Feet, well, okay. Jules gets blinked on inside his own cards. Finally, this team fight will end, and even though Happy Feet lose a couple of heroes, like, they got so much.
So, Happy Feet, they blow BKB from Legion, Duel, and RP onto the Underlord and a support mid lane, right? And then they convert it into tier 2, and they push high ground. They got super lucky to get the first hit bash when they blinked in with the troll onto the Ursa, because if that first hit bash hadn't happened, he gets enrage off, he turns and fights, or he turns and runs, and he doesn't die, and then the defense by TNC is much stronger. So Happy Feet, they get very lucky there, you know, blowing a ton of their arsenal into those 2 initial kills. Oh, Cuckoo, no way! Oh my god!
He did it! Oh, he did it!
What a godly player.
Hey,
So,
look at
Happy
me.
Feet, I feel pretty fortunate to get away with a tier 3 there. Like, that could have gone much worse for them. But TNC, they defend their racks. Okay, shrines are open, but next Roshan is still the most important thing on the map, and he's alive in 35 seconds.
They get themselves a shot at contesting there now. Especially with the RP down, it's still a rather big cooldown. Gonna be like a minute or so where that's not available, but Roshan is up. Right now, TNC, they're still looking for perhaps a kill. If they can get it, Tim's just a little bit too late. Interrupt the TP. Game is
Come on,
slowed down
Rush,
a little
man.
bit.
Well, he respawns now when no one's watching, of course. He's a nervous respawner. Can't have anyone listening or watching or anything like that.
Right. Both TNC started to set up around this area. Jesse Vash plopped down some walls of his own, but those will be countered immediately. So he does get some intel about their positioning regardless. And now Shadowblade from Kuroko as well. Oh, hookshot barely missing on 1437. Would have been a good one. Yeah, she's still blinking in. He wants it and just setting out for the Shadow Demon. Easy dual damage. Up to 108 now. Meanwhile, Overgrowth in the back. Green Protector just to try and protect himself and keep everyone else away from the rest of his team. And so far, so successful.
Has been killed.
Radiant's Courier dies with like Staff of Wizardry on it.
Yeah,
Lion
it was
just dodging out.
part of the
at
Yules
top.
for Lion.
Oh man.
Radiant's top shot is under
I'll
attack.
be
Roshan's alive. Did Crimson Guard didn't get changed at all? I can't find anything in the patch notes
Top shrine has
I don't think so, no.
about it, no. So I've seen it a couple of times now. I mean, we have 2 of them in this game. There's a Crimson on Underlord, there's one on the Clockwork as well. Which is kind of interesting. That damage block, you know, it's decent, but it still doesn't feel like an amazing item when you could have, you know, a Force Staff or a Blade Mail or something along those lines.
Yeah. Gotta wonder. I mean, sometimes, like, I can see it against a Troll and Legion, technically, but Empower kind of makes that barely do anything. And on the other side, you have, when you right-click is being the Ursa, who just fields up on Fury Swipes instead. So, it's NH. Is he gonna die here with the ultimate going? Not enough damage. 1437 with the Blaze.
See ya.
I'm not sure if that was necessary, but hey.
Right, time for Happy Feet to close out this game. Aegis cheese, hookshot not landing. They do have a high ground observer ward that is going to get counted out now. They nearly latched on, but they jump in anyway.
Kuroko doesn't get the ult off though. Now slowed down by the Demonic Purge. Tapping a little bit on Rags, but backdoor region is there. Now Jules gets caught. Not enough burst damage, luckily for Happy Feet, because now they get the creeps in. They have Aegis and Legion, so the reason why Kuroko's feeling alright doing this. A little bit awkward the way they started to take this fight. Now they're kind of out of mana on some of the heroes.
Look at the creep that the Magnus has taken. The Centaur Courser with the magic resistance aura. Feels interesting, man.
When you don't want to build a pipe.
He immediately swaps it for the Ogre with the Frost Armor. That's a much better choice.
Oh yeah.
Bottom shrine has fallen.
It's just like the only one that was available at the time.
So TNC trapped back in their base. Cuckoo finally has the Bloodstone, a bit of money to spare as well for buyback if he needs it. But TNC having a difficult time split pushing just the way that Happy Feet are kind of corralling all these creep waves back in towards the Radiant base. Ben-Hur up at top lane has a DD rune, 108 stolen damage. My camera keeps clicking onto the Storm and I can't stop it. This is really weird.
Okay.
Like, I was looking at the Legion and I had to keep clicking back on the Legion. I just kept following Storm Spirit. Make it stop. So Ursa can get kited super hard. It's going to be difficult for Raven to stick on a target. Storm Spirit has to create a lot of space in these fights. But again, it's down to Tim's and his maneuvering and his positioning to try and, save people from duel along with 1437 to catch the Magnus in the back end, stun people before they get their BKBs so the Ursa can do damage. But Happy Feet have such an advantage here. 13k net worth and a blink in. Oh, not going to find anything.
Rid of the wards, and there's the bash again, but the hacks from Yash. RP to turn things around. Follow-up from Tim's with the stun, and it's a bit of a clusterfuck here. The duel comes through. Rappy gets a skewer back, barely surviving this one. 2 heroes stand as a result from TNC. The Happy Feet get off the better end of that particular trade. Troll Wallet with a 8 BKB. Could maybe turn out a little bit better, but now, without that, he's even being turned on, stunned again, but healed up by Kuroko. Still has the cheese for emergencies, and now they finally get some time to work away at the melee Rags. Glyph will delay this a little bit further. Can TNC find an angle back into this game? Or into this particular fight even? Raven, they find Jules, but he's just creating space at this point. Meanwhile, Cuckoo in the pack. Actually finishing up Yash, so they get something off of this, especially if Jesse Vash will be the icing on the cake here. He starts it up, so no way out of this one. Double kill for Cuckoo. Extra fuel for the Bloodstone. But they lose the Rags. Is it worth it for Happy Feet though? That's a lot of money.
That's the thing, right? By no means was that an easy endeavor. They get the melee racks at long last, but again, it was a 2-man RP. They get a kill. The nice skewer away means that the Storm Spirit doesn't get taken home by the Undead ulti. He cancelled it, in fact. SMH was like, no, if the Storm's not coming, no one's coming. But they lose the Troll. He still holds Cheese. They still hold Aegis. So they didn't expend those kind of little luxuries just yet. So they have an opportunity to go for another lane. Well, 45 seconds until Aegis is reclaimed. Maybe not.
It'll take them at least that long to push out any sort of creep wave. All they will really have is the cheese. But I mean, especially the Storm, he got a lot of money off of that. He's gonna have his Lincolns before long. Like, do 300 gold away from. What? Oh no, he got enough money for the ultimate orb.
Full Lincolns.
He had 1800 gold. How does he pick up the ultimate orb? Must have sold something that I didn't see. Yeah, bottom lane.
No idea.
MH. Keeping out. But yeah, Lincoln Sphere now, that makes it much easier for him to survive, at least against a duel. He's still vulnerable to these blink RPs, because Rappy, again, shout out to him, he's been playing exceptionally well this game, not just in the laning phase, but also just, apart from this one blunder earlier, trying to catch a Storm, but he's been there to counter-initiate more often than not, if in these kind of engagements. It's just like, alright, Storm, as soon as he commits in, there it is, blink RP, turn things around, and it's going to continue to be important.
1437 has his own Invis tree and delusions, which give free money over to the Troll, because they're not microed. Storm is trying to go toe-to-toe with the Legion mid, but that's not what you want to be doing. Legion has, what, like 400 damage? Ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yeah, that's without Empower.
126 stolen.
It is with Empower.
Oh
And
my god.
Armlet on. That's 450, 460, almost 500 actually.
That's a lot. A lot many damage. Oh, do they catch Cuckoo here? Oh my god, this
They
is
have
a
a
big
Lincoln's
kill.
Breaker, they have the RP, they have no Lincoln's Breaker, so just have to go for the old-fashioned kill regardless. No dual damage, but hey.
He bought out with Lincolns, so he's dead for a long time.
With the Bloodstone only still 40 seconds, but there it is. They're gonna go and fight. There's the duel coming through. On to, who's that? The Sam H. Yes, not quite that just yet. Pretty tanky in its own right. Raven with another batch of his own. Trying to TP out, and Sam H. Kuroko gets hexed up. Gonna do the extra damage himself. 437 though. The one that was left behind. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the stick. God, like spree for Kuroko.
13, 1, and 10 on this Legion. That's a ridiculous score so far, but that's, TNC fighting outside of their base, forcing Happy Feet to move away from that bot lane push. They do catch the Storm, but that's still a good fight from TNC, kind of delay tactics, try and keep this game going, keep it ticking over, because they are behind and they are struggling. So a nice swift movement from there. While Happy Feet, they need to be more decisive, it feels like. They're a little bit timid and worried about this next Roshan. Oh, that's
Raven?
a huge kill.
Yes, indeed. Wow. That's a big killing spree going the way of Raven this time. Ow.
Is this the turn?
Maybe.
Is this the
Other
fabled
Zipling
turnaround of the Storm Spirit?
Might find Jules. He does not have another thing for the Vortex until just now. Raven, though, enough time for... Oh! Trying to defensively hook to somebody, but no one was available.
No buybacks. Legion is,
So-
500 gold away. Clockwork is 700 gold away. There are no buybacks here for the Dire team. But this is the Storm Spirit that I've been, trying to not talk about too much, but mentioned a couple of times that there are very few ways to deal with them. The RP is one, Lucky Bashes are another. Now with the Lincolns, the duel is kind of, thrown out the window because Legion Commander skipped over the Halberd and went for, AC and BKB and Shadowblade and all of this stuff instead. In fact, do they have anything to pop the Lincolns? I don't believe they
Doesn't
do.
look like it, yeah. They
have
Leech Seeds.
Leech Seed?
That's it,
That's
yeah.
it.
They also don't have a Force of Clockwork even, which is something that's worth remembering.
Yeah.
Because that's so odd to say. He's not even going for one now, he's going for the Lotus Orb.
But yeah, that's like a good swing. That's a good couple of picks there for TNC, but it's not over yet, There's still this Blink RP, there's still Empowered Troll.
I know how they can break Lincolns. They Lotus Orb the target that Cuckoo's going for. So he pops his own Lincolns with the Electric Vortex. That's the way.
Okay, sure. That's exactly how you do it. But yeah, Happy Feet feels like they have to try and commit for something. Roshan's up in 30. They're going to have to keep scouting that with the rockets. Top lane is actually pushing pretty nicely for the Radiant in towards Dire side. Double catapults are here. TNC are moving out of their base. Are they going to go scout Rosh? Oh, maybe they think that Happy Feet are in there. This is tight. 10 seconds until Roshan's up. TNC could potentially scout this and take it before Happy Feet get up to high ground at bottom lane.
3-7, dip back in. Not doing it. The rocket comes through, so Happy Feet will know about it. They're already making the beeline there. Blink forward from Yash. There's the cheese available, plus the BKB. Doesn't use the BKB straight off the bat, though. Now the hook shot to follow. 1-4-3-7 gets a few spells off here, but he will end up falling. Hexon Troll Warlord, they burst him down before I can get anything off. Way too timid here with the BKB usage, but there's the RP to follow. Where's Kuroko? He's in the middle of that. Is empowered, but it's a bit underwhelming here. Just straight up right click down Tim's. Holding on to the use the duel. Didn't quite get a win off of that. And now, bit of a turn on play here. They're losing heroes left, right, and center one by one. Duel's gonna be the last one. Kuroko on the hunt, on the sentry wall, so they do kind of keep track of him. For a while, anyway.
Hashtag Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
Hashtag no counters. Hashtag get wrecked. And people said I was being biased towards TNC. No, guys,
Yeah.
I saw this coming.
A 3k gold swinger so towards TNC. They're also gonna get Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shot. And,
Who's that for, though?
That's a good question. Maybe just the Ursa,
Like-
yeah. Just double enrage and
Double
stuff like that.
enrage, yeah. Feels like it.
He has the cheese before that. But yeah, I mean, one of the things, yeah, she's not popping his BKB. He's just baiting out some spells, but then he gets hexed, then he gets stunned, and then gets burst down by a Finger of Death.
Middle tower
So he's
is
still
under
holding on to that cheese from the earlier Roche. He's never
There
gets
was
a chance to
also
pop
the
it.
fact. There was also the fact that press the attack wasn't used by Legion because she popped BKB and jumped in, so they don't have that extra kind of attack speed with the Empower, the RP. It was just a super awkward fight. Like Happy Feet, they need to commit for something as 5. You know, commit bot tier 3, commit Roshan, or they commit to this fight. But they didn't. They blink in with Troll first. He goes in, he gets kind of kited and zoned. The Ursa blinks out. They get the hook shot in onto the Shadow Demon, but this allows the Storm and the Ursa to choose a target. That allows them to reset and be like, okay, right, Troll is here, Legion's coming in, Magnus Blink RP is coming soon. So they managed to get themselves positioned where they weren't going to get completely slammed by a Blink RP. And this is down to Happy Feet, you know, trying to commit as 5 for a fight, but one player or 2 players being just a little bit too far forward, thinking that the rest of them could catch up. You know, so many of these victories we've seen from Happy Feet have been off the back of Jesse Vash. His Treant being in the front lines, scouting out enemies, starting fights, and this time he wasn't there. He wasn't ready in position. It was a snap decision and it didn't work out. You know, Troll blinking forward, it looked good to begin with. The hookshot looked good to begin with. But if you don't have that overgrowth, that kind of, you know, disruption in team fights from Jesse Vash, then it's not going to be as exceptional as we've seen previously throughout the game.
Happy Feet kind of countering themselves out in that regard, giving TNC so many openings, and they've converted every single one of them. That high ground defense, that fight into Roche. And Stormsword with the Aegis, that's arguably still the best Aegis carrier in the game. He's gonna have that for another couple of minutes. They're looking for more with that. Here they can smoke up on the Shadow Demon. Have a gem to work with in case they run into Jesse Vash. And yeah, you mentioned it before, Cuckoo, he can feel absolutely safe with the Lincoln Sphere because Happy Feet is still not itemizing against it, are they? Look like it.
Like where's your 4-star
There's a 4-star
clockwork?
Magnus. he's building one now. But
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned the Crimson Guards. Like, the Underlord one has just been meh, you know, it's been underwhelming. The Clockwork one, sure, it makes everyone tankier, and we saw its effectiveness top lane, right? When the Storm dived the Clockwork, he was very, very tanky and difficult to kill. But you'd much rather have, you know, a Blade Mail or a Force Staff or a Rod of 8, or, like, literally any one of the other utility items, I feel. Especially in this game.
yep. The rewards still not scattered out here. Again, it was placed under a smoke. Jesse Vash, alright, they find him down bottom. Do a little treant, he will die. Base graded, I guess, so TNC at the very least not pushing high ground just yet. Things still gonna get hard. Also, it's getting close at least on the Magnus, so they can kind of make these plays, but I feel like it's a lot to just put on Rappy. I mean, he's been delivering for the most part this game, but still. I mean, like, he has to find a good blink RP, he also has to come in to break the Lincolns to enable the duel on the Storm, because if they get that, then all of a sudden the fight gets much, much easier. They get that, and it's also Yash survives, I guess.
Look at Cuckoo. He just doesn't care. So, one thing we haven't talked about, because we haven't really needed to until now, I guess. High ground defense for Happy Feet is still, you know, reasonably good, right? They've got wave clear through Legion, they've got blink RP from Rappy when the kind of concave comes in, when the collapse happens from TNC and onto a tower. So positioning is still vital for TNC when they're high ground pushing. There's also, you know, Clockwork, who can wrap around in from the back, hunt for that lion, try and catch Tims as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Cuckoo just keeps zipping in like this.
Hey, give a damn, as long as he has the Aegis, even if you trigger the Lincolns, go for the duel. That's exactly what he wants right now for another 10 seconds or so. That's what the Aegis will be reclaimed. Jesse Vash keeping an exact eye on that too. But, Happy Feet kind of withstood that Aegis timing at the very least. They still have to fight into a cheese and a refresher shard. Happened to their cheese. Did they eat it in the meantime? I believe so. Oh, Jesse Vash, no!
Which one, the Ursa one or the Troll one?
The Troll one.
So Ursa still has his. I assume the Troll ate his at some point. I didn't see or hear it, but I wasn't looking out for it. Okay, Happy Feet, this pick could be huge, but the Storm's already away. They expected Cuckoo to be a little bit greedier, and if they had found that pick, it would have been amazing. Like, that's such a good read, coming all the way from mid lane, swinging up towards top, because they know that this creep wave's going to meet for Storm. But Tim's is shoving bot lane.
Yep. Eventually,
So this map pressure is just unrelenting.
Or at least on 2 lanes are alright. You can kind of counter push a little bit with the clockwork. And Tim's, as good as the line is, without the Aghanim Scepter, you're not really the best lane pusher. Not the most safe one either. And this is Jesse Vash. I still want to see Meteor Hammer or something like that on him. Just for the memes. Just stand there invis in the trees, just meteor down creep waves and towers. At the same time, I feel like you also need something to trigger Lincoln's. Either 4-staff, being an ATOS. Because if he does that, that would be ideal, wouldn't it? Like, in his initiation, Storm Spirit, if he's like being crazy like that.
Yeah, that's who they have to catch. That's who they have to kill. Nice little arcane rune though for Cuckoo, and Roshan, a minute until we find out when he returns. You can see both teams kind of edging around this general area, mid lane being pushed by TNC, top by Happy Feet, just trying to kind of, you know, edge the advantage one way or another. But it seems Happy Feet are the ones that are a little bit afraid, come back to defend their tier 3 mid. They've got 2 heroes waiting top still for that, you know, 1 hero that comes back to try and farm this wave. But TNC not having any of it. Snipe the courier, push out bot lane, and now they've got 2 lanes pushing in towards this dire base. They're trying to cut in behind, mirroring basically what Happy Feet are doing. And 1437 is going to show to the creep wave here. That's not the hero they want though. They can't go in and commit for this, because if they go on the Shadow Demon, they're going to get backstabbed by the rest of TNC.
Bit of an issue. So Kuroko, look at him though. He does have the anti-tank award. He does have the sentry in front. He's just waiting for someone to come in like this. But without, no, as I said, without. Oh, Tins! TP there, stun there. It was so close. They knew that something was amiss there.
20 seconds for Roshan. This next fight is going to be game-defining.
Oh, Jesse Vash actually catch him, follow up with a stun. A lot of damage, Finger of Death. Still alive here with the heals, with the stick, with their help from Kuroko. Sam H continuing to go for the skill, the overgrowth, and just to make things a little bit further, and actually almost gives him enough space.
He used his Refresher Shard for that though, killing the Trium.
Yeah.
But this secures them Roshan. They're scouting out. Cuckoo knows it's there. They're going to have, again, another Refresher Shard with Aegis and Cheese, and this is massive. Like, if Happy Feet need to smoke and go and play into this. But it's too late now.
Yeah. They've been already inside the pit.
Oh boy.
Happy Feet's gonna have to wait another couple of minutes, try and hold on to high ground. They're just waiting for this one team fight to end all team fights. Then it's a position where they need a big RP. They need to bring down Cuckoo somehow. But again, with the Aegis, without that, he has a decent amount of bloods and charges now. So I guess back to 14 standard. But like,
I can't wait to see the AoE Hex or the 1000 Earth Spike range online, by the way. He's gonna get level 25.
AoE Hex? What? Holy hell.
Yep.
Hilarious.
I mean, already with the cast range, this Earth Spike is, you know, reasonably long. But plus 1000 range is ridiculous.
Yeah. Right now it's like 1000 range would be from him to like Brian at this point, right?
Let's see, where is he? Where is Mr. Lion? So normal spike range from him with a 75 cast range talent is like to the shrine. And then 1,000 range extra is like 1.5 times that, or like 1.3 times that or something. It's like super long. Basically, he can like earth spike to the ramp from where he is.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yes, the longest.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
He has the longest. I mean, he pretty much could just earth spike the ramp if he gets that talent.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, a couple of levels off. You can see, like,
So Storm with Aegis.
Yeah, is there any reason for them not to go high ground soon?
Blink RP, basically. Like, you can't... So, as TNC, you can't just group up and, go one lane, which is why they're cutting wave bots. So they have 3 lanes pushing in, top, mid, and bot. They need to have this split effort going on, where maybe they have, 3 heroes bottom lane, the Ursa, Underlord, and the Lion, then they have, like, Shadow Demon Storm try and split top, or something like that. It's a hard decision to make, because if you go as 5 and you get, 3-man RP'd, and there's a great initiation from Happy Feet, if you blow Aegis and Cheese too early, and you don't get a tier 3, then the game resets, basically, and Happy Feet are suddenly in a position where they can balance things out and swing back. But, what 5k lead now for TNC from a 15k lead from Happy Feet? This game has turned on its head within the last, 15 minutes or so.
Yep. Experience similar story, but not with quite the same magnitude. A lot of the heroes have the level 25s now. We can... does the Storm have? Overload pierces spell immunity. That's pretty useful. Okay. Going in. These yards really does have a lot of Orb. Doesn't want to go on that. Also we have Legion Commander. Probably with that extra dual damage. Yeah. Hasn't gotten a dual off in a while though. Kuroko hasn't been able to fuel up on that even further. Troll Warlord, Battle Trance dispels, pretty useful. Okay, they're gonna go now. Troll Warlord, nuke down every spell in the book being thrown. Sam H and Middles, Cuckoo just zipping around left, right, and center. And there's the RP. They find 1, they find 2, they get Raven. Alright, that's a good start. Cuckoo in the middle still. So much AoE. There's a stun. Everyone dropping lower and lower and lower. Sam H tried even. Was thinking about getting out of this one, but it didn't even have to. Ultra kill for Cuckoo. 2 buybacks already used, and that's another Earth Spike. Without the actual range, he's hitting him left, right, and center, and that's another Hex. Lotus Orb. Not enough here to help the Troll Warlord out. Down to half health already. More buybacks coming through, and now Happy Feet. They have to find more. It's only the Shadow Demon on top of Raven. Cuckoo holding onto the Aegis.
So, an ultra kill for Cuckoo, 4 buybacks from the Dire team, and TNC still have Aegis and Cheese.
Okay, that is. They're gonna go in again. The duel comes through onto the Lions, taking that pesky hero out of the fight just barely. But Cuckoo's still in the middle. He's kind of out of mana. He kind of wants to die at this point. We have to come back in and double buyback from TNC. They want to end this game right now. Can't really TP in though, is the issue. So Tim's make the long, long walk. Meanwhile, in front there, Cuckoo. He doesn't care. He's just going ham together with Sam. And we'll be right-click down. He just will be triggered, but now can they get him a second time? They don't have RP. They don't have anything really up against him now, apart from the cogs, but he's just zipping right back into it. Just standing there. Bring the heroes to him. Tim's helping out with the Finger of Death against Jesse Vash. Running circles all over the Dire side and base. And, oh, if we can get this clockwork, it's gonna make the following fights even easier. Does have a hookshot available. Rappy with a 4-star hookshot back. I'm not sure about this one. Jules will die. Now, again, you don't have to 4-star to trigger the Lincolns. The one way they can maybe kill Cuckoo now.
So where is this big blink RP? TNC, they split across 2 lanes. They've got bot racks taken, mid tier 3s falling. And still, Troll is dead for a long time. No buyback because he used it previously in the other team fight and then immediately died. And it looks like TNC have just closed out this game, honestly.
Sam H, he was surviving against the fountain. Kuroko just waiting for someone to pounce on. Yeah, it's just 2 heroes. And they kind of have to risk it. That's just one play. But they need a miracle. They are grouping up. There it is. That's what we're talking about. The RP duel. It's Cleave on 2. Storm Spirit, one of them. Disruption. Well, they won't actually win the duel, but they'll get the heroes. But is it enough? Kuroko almost falls as Tim throws on another thing of death, but Raven, he eats it. Kuroko, has to be a bit careful here. Raven can easily turn around on him. They're controlling him up a little bit more. Don't have the skewer, but now Yash actually respawning, coming back into the fight. Ah, TNC, the last moment. They're going for the tier 4s. The group up is 3. Blink duel with like the +2 for the extra damage that he has. The empower. It did happen.
It finally did, but a little too late. Losing 2 lanes of racks, you're tier 4, and one of them's fallen already. Now you have to defend up against super creeps on 2 different lanes. You do have these empowered targets, so you've got ways of dealing with them. But with the zip up towards top, oh, they want to find this Ben-Hur Legion so badly. One pick off here and TNC could likely just end the game.
None of them have bite.
We're even seeing Magnus trying to build a refresher orb, knowing how important these RPs are. Having a second one could be huge.
Always away, unfortunately.
And now we finally get into the Orchid for Storm.
After the Hex, he just wants to bluff down.
Is under attack.
That's a long zip.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Was he really trying?
He TB'd out.
I thought maybe he was trying to kill the little treant, but maybe not.
Probably could have if he connected with that, honestly.
Troll has ditched his blink for the majority of a Satanic.
Dire are scared.
I don't know if he'll be able to complete it before the game ends. He does need to kill off a few more waves to finish this big item off. Difficulties ahead for Happy Feet. Oh, they've got the full refresher. Okay, they have double RP.
Oh, they have.
Just don't waste any of them.
The weight of the world on Rappy's shoulders. If he doesn't land these RPs, they're just gonna straight up drop out of these qualifiers. That's what it comes down to here in the end.
And it kind of all comes down to that one fight, like over in this Radiant Secret Shop area near the Ancients and the jungle camps over to the west. That one fight where Happy Feet kind of filtered in one by one, and all of their leads just dissipated. Storm Spirit started getting, Bloodstone charges, started picking up pace. But here we go. Roshan is alive, and Happy Feet, they want it.
Go get the duel off. Happy Feet. Taking a chance. Can take it very quickly. So Aegis, Cheese, another refresher. So potentially 3 RPs. But Magnus wants to find that in his inventory. Sam H. Yeah, it's just trying to scope out what's happening. Alright, who has what? Yash, Aegis, and Cheese in the inventory. Double duel could also be a thing for Kuroko.
Just double BKB, probably.
Oh, double BKB, I guess. BKB duel, refresher shot, BKB duel.
So I don't think Magnus has enough mana to triple RP.
Good point, actually.
Well, is this?
Refresher shot doesn't cost anything, right?
No, it doesn't cost anything, but still, like 900 mana from just the 3 RPs plus refresher orb. That's already your mana pool. I guess you could have 3 uses of arcane boots in between, but you want to be skewering and shockwaving. It all becomes so messy. Like the two, if your second RP doesn't win you the fight, it's unlikely that the third one will, right? One way or another, you've either super won the fight or you've super lost the fight with the second RP. Just having the second BKB on this Legion, much more important, it feels like, for Happy Feet.
I feel like it almost doesn't matter how many RPs he has and just the heroes that he gets in them. Like, if it's a Storm,
yeah,
it's still the biggest issue, right? Raven, how much can he really do? I mean, he has Abyssal Blade, Nullifier. If he gets on top of somebody, he can do damage. But, isn't he still being kited to some degree?
To some degree, yes. It all depends on, whether he can blink in first, or if he's having to use blink defensively, or if he's jumped on by the clockwork hookshot cogs. Because he doesn't have BKB, right? He's trying to build into Lincoln's now, but he can still get disrupted by, you know, all of these spells from Happy Feet. Even just a skewer can mess up the Ursa pretty badly. I'm just wondering who's the main target to nullify here. Is it the Legion or is it the Troll? Because in a couple of these team fights, it's been the Troll just to make sure that, you know, he can't do anything.
It's, pretty much anyone you go on, I guess, because it does mute and also gives you that slow on every attack. It's almost akin to an extra stun.
But like muting one of these BKBs is huge.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got a Lion who's just zapping people with Finger of Death. Oh, he's got the AoE Hex. So he's just gonna be able to blink in to the middle of 5 Happy Feet heroes and AoE Hex them. Doesn't matter if they've got Lincolns, he's gonna catch them before they're BKBs, or he forces BKBs. Like, Tim's is still one of the most important heroes in this game for TNC.
That makes him
From
the
start
prime
to
target
end.
for Kuroko, right?
Yeah, most likely. An easy duel win, and it removes all of the control of TNC.
Late game Dota. To approach the 60-minute mark, it's everyone has what they want apart from Treant Protector, still only sitting on the Solar Crest. 5.7k. Got a demon on the other side. Blink Ether Lens, pretty useful. But it is
They
really
just can't push out any lanes. Like, look at where all the lanes are. Mid is the only way they can go, and this is very obvious. Like, it's just being spam pinged. There's an observer ward there even if they smoked under the ward. Like, TNC know this is coming full well. Raven's trying to pop smoke. They've got bot lane pushing in with Tim's shoving the wave.
Ooh, hookshot. They still find it here onto Sam H. Duel at the ready if they want to pop the BKB to make that happen. And, oh, disruption here. Not sure that the ultimate will go off, so it's a bit of a waste. Initiation failing. Now they're going to Yash. Just baiting out some more spells. The range racks are fall. Not that it really matters. Another BKB duel that is in the back onto the Ursa, but where's the damage? There's no power. There's no nothing. They're still gonna get the kill, but Yash will have to lose the Aegis. Kuroko follow-up stun on the Storm Sword here. Cuckoo still alive. They didn't quite have the burst on him, and now there's the RP. Where's the damage? Kuroko, he cannot feel comfortable. There's the second RP. Now he comes in with the extra heals. The stun, though, from line. There we hacks at everybody. There's a bunch of frogs up and around. And Kuroko is dead. The big damage dealer. Next up is Yash. Already used the Aegis. Gets bashed up by Raven. And this might just be it. The only one that they lost so good inside of TNC is Sam H. Yash did have buyback coming back in just now. What's... they find another one that's... Sam H even. But
See,
both of these heroes down for the count for 100 seconds roundabout.
It's
This
like
might just be game.
one good RP, second RP was good. Nothing was exceptional though. Happy Feet kind of, you know, did okay in that team fight. They forced the buyback out of Raven. They get that kill. Sure enough, Sam H does die in the end. But Storm Spirit has this free reign. He's even killing Clockwork up at top lane. I don't think that Jules will be able to get out of this one alive. He does get the Lotus Orb off, but Cuckoo can continue chasing.
Just a desperate attempt to buy time at this point.
Even TP's to the creep wave.
Doesn't want to work. That is. There's not enough time in the world that you can buy at this point with these kind of plays. Still 50 seconds on Kuroko. Dumpty and Magnus. He's gonna have an RP. Only the one. Root up on Raven. Tims follows with the Hex.
Look at that. Melee creeps get hexed as well. Everyone's a frog. Oh, big lag.
Oh, thought it was me.
Nah, it's everyone. The server just lagged. It's the AoE hex. The AoE hex caused the game to lag.
Alright.
But yeah, with no RP, with no duel, no Legion.
Good patrol.
That's
Bye,
game.
Happy Feet. Gonna go for dual pizza cheese. But they have to face their fate. Gonna go straight for the Ancient. Oh, they had this game in the bag. And then they didn't. Happy Feet, they drop 2-0 up against TNC here in Kevin's Draft 4.0 SE qualifiers.
It was a close game.